Okay, good morning or good afternoon now. It's Sunday and we're working from my still cluttered up kitchen, still doing home renovations. So, anyways, I'm going to be gone for probably the next couple weeks. Well, not probably, I am going to be gone the next couple weeks, traveling a lot. So, this is going to be my last chance to do anything at home for a little while, as far as cooking anything and especially videos of cooking stuff. So, we're going to do an easy crock pot recipe today. It's kind of like a Salisbury steak. So let's get started on this and I'll kind of walk you through what I'm doing. Okay, I got my glasses, got my handy dandy gloves here, and to each their own. I mean, I'm not above using my hands when I mess with meat. If they're clean, that's what's important. Me personally, if I don't have to, I just don't like messing with raw meat without my hands being covered. That's my hang up. So we're going to start with, I've got 2 pounds of ground beef, just a little bit over 2 pounds, I guess it is. And we're going to start with this. It's the 80% lean. And we're going to open this up and put it over here in my bowl. Try not to touch that. So I'm going to get rid of this. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what we're starting with. Our 2 pounds of the ground beef. I'm just going to kind of crumble this up a little bit. All this mess that you see back here is everything that's going to go in it. And you have to start with, you can either get Lipton or whatever. It's just like the double pack of the onion soup recipe, Lipton onion soup, whatever. I've already opened this up. I just used the Walmart brand. We're going to dump that in there. And then we're going to take about a half of a cup or so of the Italian breadcrumbs. I'm going to kind of guesstimate that. About a half a cup of those. And about a fourth cup of milk, just enough to moisten it up a little bit. So I'll be right back. Let me grab the milk. Okay, so before I came back is what I did. I added the milk in with this. And I put my pan over here on the stove. And I'm going to add just a little bit of vegetable oil in it. Just a little tiny bit. Because is what we're going to do. We're actually going to mix this up now. And we're going to make it into about 8 patties. Probably about 8 of these burger patties. After we get this mixed up really good. And I'll tilt this down just to, I really don't want to touch it like that. Let me get this napkin. See, that's what makes it hard when you're trying to do this on your own. So, okay. So we're going to mix this up really good. Get all that worked in there. And I did not put any salt and pepper or anything like that in with it. Because when I get done, I've actually got like a, let me turn this up just a little bit. Now I've got to wash that off because I just touched it with my hand. Okay, anyways. So as this heats up, we're going to mix this. And we're going to make these burger patties. About 8 of them it should make, this recipe. And we're going to stick it in that flour over there. So let me get this mixed up. Let me pull this glove off. At least my thumb where I can stop this and I'll get back with you. Okay. Okay, as sketchy as that was, I accomplished what I wanted to do. Got my bowl washed up, got my patties made. And now I'm going to put on another glove. My hang up, not yours. So, is what we're going to do. We're going to take these patties here that I made up. I'm going to try to put this down here again so you can kind of see what's going on. And we're just going to stick them in the flour. You don't have to be completely coated in the flour or anything. It's just going to give it like a little base thing. And we are just going to sear this. And as what it will do, just kind of put like, even in a crock pot, it's going to give it like a, kind of like a little bit of a crust or a crunch even on with it being in a crock pot. You'll see what I'm talking about later when this is finished. So we're going to get these in here and fry them up, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I am back, and I got that little mess cleaned up there. So again, that's all we're going to do. We're just going to barely fry these enough to just get like a little searing done on them. They're not going to be done. We don't want them to be done because they're going in the crock pot. So I'm going to check this, see how they're looking, and let's see. That looks like that might have a pretty good, just a little bit on it. Yeah, okay. I might have wanted to have done that. Let me see if I can hold this and kind of tilt it down and show you without dropping the whole thing. But you can see on here, I might want to go just a couple minutes. That's fine. I mean, it's not like it's not going to work like that. But anyways, I want the other ones to have just a little bit more of a crispier coating on them before I flip them like that. So I'll get right back with you as soon as I flip all these, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, so I'm back real quick again just to show you that I flipped them all, and I'm going to let them cook now on this other side. But you can get an idea of what I'm talking about. You can see where it's still raw in some spots, and that's fine. That's what we're wanting it to do. We just want that little bit of a coating on it. So, sorry, I'm trying to set this up. Like I said, it's really hard doing these by myself. But I do not want to have to ask anybody to help me if I don't have to. Okay, so we are back. And this is how the burgers look. And I'm going to start putting these in to the crock pot. And that's what we want to do. We just want to kind of layer them. So we'll get this. And I'll show you how it is in just a second after I get them in here. It's okay. You don't want them just directly right on top of each other. But if you have to stagger them a little bit or kind of tilt them up, that's fine too. But that's what we're going to do. We're just going to try to get these covered over on the bottom of the crock pot the best as we can. Let me see about this one here. That's a bigger one. Okay. Maybe put that up on the side like that. This is not the largest crock pot. It's not the smallest either, but okay, so let's see if I can just kind of slide that up, just tilt it up a little bit. I mean, as it cooks, it's going to, some of them's going to kind of float to the top a little bit anyway. So anyways, so this is what it's going to look like in the crock pot, how I've got those. And I'm going to put the lid on these for now, because now we get into the second part of what we're going to mix up. But I'm going to tell you a little secret. I like mushrooms. And I didn't have any fresh ones, but if you want to do fresh ones, you can. If you don't want to do any at all, that's fine too, because I don't really think that it calls for it. But I like it. I was not real crazy about mushrooms like that. But we're going to sneak them in there anyway, so that'll be our little secret. Blooper time. So as I'm telling you about Kyle not liking mushrooms a minute ago, I'm thinking he's in the bathroom because the door is shut. And no sooner did I go to reach and shut the phone off, I heard, it's our little secret. And lo and behold, Kyle is sitting right here the whole time, and I didn't know it. I probably need to get my glasses changed. Okay, so now enough of the funny stuff for right now. I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. The same pan, I just drained most of the oil out of it, just because you don't need that extra grease. But we're still going to add this stuff in on it, and that's fine because that just puts all that taste right in on what's going into the crock pot anyways. So we're going to do that, and I'm going to add, just going to add like maybe a little bit of water in on that. And this right here is how fancy I am around here. Yeah, might as well just throw it all in there. So we're going to do that in with our mushrooms here. And now, this is what you're going to need next. I don't like to show the names because it really doesn't matter. Just so long as you know you need 2 cans of the cream of chicken soup. This is a quick, easy way of doing this meal today. And it's going to be delicious. So we're going to add this in. Get that all cleaned out of there. And this is why name brands doesn't matter, because they're both cream and chicken soup. This one was probably just a little cheaper. So we're gonna, wow, that looks like that's more soup than what you realize. Anyways, we'll get all that out there real good. Okay, we lay this right on that plate right there. And now we're going to take just a little bit of this. I'm going to guesstimate this, maybe about, I don't know, maybe about a fourth a cup. Because all this is really going to do is just kind of help thicken it. And when we fried it in that flour, our burger a while ago, let me get down there a little shake. Okay. When we fried that burger in the flour a while ago, as this stuff cooks, that flour, even on that, is going to help thicken it up. So we're going to mix this up really good. And I'm just going to heat it a little bit on the stove as it mixes. I've got it on maybe about a medium low. And we'll heat it up, and then I'll get right back with you. Okay, I am back now, and as what I did, like I said, I had this on medium low. And it was just enough to kind of keep the pan hot, enough to kind of let it just incorporate with each other. We're not really cooking this. I just want to kind of melt it in, make sure I had it mixed up really good. And then that's what we're going to do. We're going to take that over here, and we're going to pour all of this right over top of those beef patties that we made up. Oh, I guess I need to turn that just a little bit. So this is what we're going to do. And empty this out. Looks like a hot mess right now, but it's going to be tasty later, because probably is what I'm going to fix with it is some mashed potatoes and maybe some peas or corn or something with it later. But okay, so we're going to make sure that's good and covered. All the meat's covered really good. Okay, everything's kind of covered. And this is the beauty of crock pots and Sunday afternoons, because you know it is football Sunday. So I try to make it as simple as possible on football Sunday days around here. So we're going to put this lid back on here. And we've got it set on low. I'm going to push, ouch, that was hot. And we're going to push this right back here. And we're going to let that sit right there and kind of randomly check on it every now and then just to see how it's doing. But about 4 hours from now, I'm going to pair that up, like I said, with mashed potatoes and corn or peas or green beans or whatever. I just decide I'm going to stick with it, and we'll get back with you and let you see how it turned out. But that's a pretty simple and actually pretty cheap Sunday dinner, because everything I had, the 2 cans of soup was already down there. So you figure what, maybe $80 to $1 a can for the soup. And the ground beef was the 80% ground beef, and where I get my ground beef, they're a little pricey around here because it's a smaller town, but it was still only $11 and some change. So that's what, 11, 12, 13, about roughly $15, and then my spices in it, potatoes, and you can feed the whole family for less than $20 like that. So, you know, you always want to be kind of conscious of what you're spending, you know, because we're not, I personally am not living to work. I'm working to live. And I like to go places. I'm not crazy about the 2 weeks of traveling, going places right now, but we're just going to suck it up and do it and do what we need to do. Okay, so we're back, and this is the end of my road with dinner tonight. So this is what I ended up with. The green beans, mashed potatoes. This is what it turned out looking like. I've got my phone kind of turned around here for you. But I just fixed Matt a plate to go. And Kyle and I are going to turn this down on real low. Maybe just keep warm on it. And I'll show you where we're at. So this is my plate. Can you see it okay? I'm trying to hold it kind of upside down here. And this is the steak, potatoes, some green beans, and I got some kind of a, it's like a piece of the rye bread, and this is like an onion bread here. So we're going to try a little bite of this and see how it turned out. And so far it's extremely tender. And I'm just kind of holding this, but I'm going to get this with just a little bit of potatoes and gravy on it. And this is delicious. This was a quick, easy, fairly cheap Sunday dinner. So, you should try it. Thanks for watching. So, dinner is done, and I just want to do a follow-up that I was doing some serious lip smacking on that, wasn't I? So my apologies. Anyways, I'm going to finish watching the Colts football game here and finish my dinner. Have a good Sunday.